Few days to Christmas, but the political waters in Cross River North are very dirty. Not only dirty, but also very unpredictable. However, welcome to Political Update. The political battle over who occupies the Cross River North senatorial seat is still far from over. It is a show of political strength between Stephen Ode and Jarigbe Agom Jarigbe, both of the People's Democratic Party, PDP. Stephen Ode was sworn in by the Senate President on Wednesday, 16th of December 2020. Then INEC presented a certificate of return to Jarigbe just Monday, 21st of December 2020, following appeal court ruling. Stephen Ode was with me in the studio on Friday to give his own account. It was quite convincing. But today, the other man in the battle ring, as it were, Jarigbe, is with me too to do justice to the same issue. So sit back. My name is Mie Ogede. Separating the facts from the fiction, the leadership of the House of Representatives has reiterated that there was never a time that the Ninth Assembly, as an institution or at any level of its caucus, contemplated impeaching President Muhammadu Buhari. Leader of the House, Ado Dogoa, while reacting to comments credited to a House member, Kingsley Chinda, of the PDP, said the House is compelled to initiate disciplinary action in relation to such unguarded utterances.
Among our members of the House of Representatives, the leadership is also concerned about these unnecessary utterances for Chinda trying to drag the institution of the House of Representatives into unnecessary controversy with the government of the day. This is quite unacceptable.
The All Progressives Congress, APC, Caretaker and Extraordinary National Convention Planning Committee is determined to eradicate godfatherism and build the party as a political institution that will provide solutions to societal challenges through effective leadership recruitment. The caretaker chairman, at a conference organized by the party's press corps, reaffirmed this commitment in Abuja.
Leadership selection process, whether for the party office, congresses, or during nomination processes.
For electoral contests to provide choices to citizens in terms of responding to societal and national problems, it must be issue-based with manifestos of political parties at the benchmark.
My colleagues in the media, please join us in telling the true story of what the APC have done. This regime of President Muhammadu Buhari has done a lot in agriculture. They have done a lot in fiscal infrastructure.
Democracy can only survive when the capacity of political parties are strengthened to abide by their own rules and allow internal contestations.
Last Wednesday was Stephen Ode. Today is Jarigbe Agom Jarigbe. That is the story of the Cross River North Senatorial District. It was really an engaging moment with Stephen Ode last Friday on the victory. But today, it is the turn of Jarigbe. So with me in the studio today is, I hope I won't pay any price if I say the senator-elect. Okay. You, last week Friday, Stephen Ode, precisely on Wednesday, the Senate President sworn him in as the senator representing Cross River North after the December 5th elections. And there was a court judgment later on that dislodged him and supplanted you as the senator-elect of Cross River North. And on Monday, just yesterday, INEC presented a certificate of return to you. Some people are quite interested to know what is really the problem in Cross River North that we're having these issues within the same political party. Can you please tell us some background to all of this?
Thank you very much. It's as clear as crystals that someone somewhere is trying to impose a candidate on our people. the people of Cross River North. And it's only normal that we resist that so that the right thing is done.
So your victory to the Senate was not initially announced after the December 5 elections,
Yes.
but through a court process. Who took you to the court, and how did you get that victory?
Okay, when we got done with the primaries, and I discovered that the PDP did not forward my name after I won the primary elections, I decided to go to court. At that time, the courts were on vacation, and it was only the Federal High Court in Port Harcourt that was sitting at the time for that zone. So I went to court to challenge that. It took some time, and that case was eventually transferred to Calabar. So as we're going on, someone took me to court and challenged a few things, including my eligibility to run and the results of the elections and why I shouldn't be the candidate. The judgment was given and it was served on INEC. I was a respondent in that suit. It was served on INEC. The judgment was given in my favor. And it was served on INEC. Stephen Ode got a judgment from the Federal High Court Calabar on the 3rd of December, after my own judgment. And according to INEC, they have a policy of taking the latest in time in terms of judgments and orders. So his name was fielded as the candidate of the party eventually. The plaintiff that took me to court had to appeal the judgment to the appeal court. So the appeal court just gave that judgment. And certain consequential orders were granted at the court of first instance. And all the appeal court said was that the appellant had no case against me, and the case lacked merit. And the appeal court asked that the consequential orders, the judgment of the lower court, should be maintained. They upheld the judgment of the lower court. And the judgment of the lower court unequivocally states, and in paragraph F, that I should be accorded all the privileges and rights as authentic candidate of the PDP who was validly nominated from the facts before the court, including the reports of the electoral panel and the report of the INEC monitor, who was assigned to monitor the primary election, not to observe, but monitor.
Yeah, but in my previous discussion with Stephen Ode on Friday, he raised a point that the person that took you to court is your loyalist. Probably you even sponsored it. But I think we have that clip. Let's play. If I can get the clip of Stephen Ode's discussion on that issue, the court case.
First, he approached the FCT High Court. One boy, his boy, let me make this fact clear to the world. One boy, his boy, a member of the party at the local government level, in Abuja local government, one John Alaga. He put him here chief to make the name look big. One small boy, his boy. He now asked, he gave him money to sue him, to question his credentials, that he deposed to a false affidavit submitted to INEC. The question is that, was Jarigbe a candidate of the party? Who gave him nomination form? So this young boy now went to court and sued Jarigbe You understand? He sued Jarigbe, and judgment was given in favor of Jarigbe. Said, look, the credential you submitted, the document you submitted, as opposed to in your nomination form were authentic. Number one, who gave him nomination form? Where did he get the nomination form? I have my own here, which I'm going to show to you today. Two, he secured that judgment and hid it, only for him to come and do destruction on the eve of election. He got that judgment from the FCT High Court on the 4th of November and hid it and only brought it out on the 5th of December. Is that not fraudulent? At the Federal High Court to Court of Appeal.
You said the judgment of yesterday is fraudulent.
Of course, because...
So on what grounds are you going to the Supreme Court?
I am going to join as an interested person because it is my seat that they are contesting for. I can't fold my hands and wait for them to come and begin to look for my seat. I am the validly nominated candidate of the party, contested the election, I won. INEC declared me, my name. At a point when INEC delayed the publication of my name, I took INEC to court. And INEC duly published my name, and I contested the election. I was declared a winner. Okay. On the 5th of December, I have the certificate of return here. I've been properly inaugurated by the president, amiable president of the court, the Senate president. I am now a sitting senator, and from nowhere somebody will come and say, look, I'm the candidate. On what ground?
It's quite interesting moments in Cross River North Senatorial District. He said you sponsored the court case. Your boy took you to court. How true is that?
I'm happy he said the person in question is a member of the party. And the person that took me to court has the locus to take me to court. And he also has to prove his case. I don't have anything to do with him. If out of animosity or whatever reservations he had, or maybe he had some speculations and he wanted to put it to test in court, and he decided to go to court, I have no grievances against him. Mine is to put the facts out there. And I got a lawyer that defended me. As I said, I was a respondent in that matter. And this is my counter affidavit in opposition to the originating summons as a defendant. And my lawyer did his best. So what Stephen is saying is a figment of his imagination.
But do you have the backing of the PDP in your state?
The backing of the PDP in my state? The PDP in my state is factionalized along the lines of those who want to suppress others and those who have said we are all integral parts of this party and we didn't give it to anyone as a franchise. So some people are for us, some people are against us, vice versa.
So who is the caretaker chairman of your party in the state?
The caretaker chairman of my party in the state is in Nogedam.
Okay, I think I put a call across to him in my previous discussions where when I was talking with Stephen. If I can get the clip of the discussion I had with the chairman of Cross River State PDP, let's hear his position on this matter, please. Adam Enoch, if you can hear me loud and clear.
Yes, I'm hearing you from here.
Okay. Yesterday there was a ruling among two candidates, two members in your party fighting for the soul of Cross River North Senatorial District in the Senate. What is your reaction to that judgment?
Well, at this point, I know that the party, though, we have not been told the next line of action, but I know the party will definitely proceed to Supreme Court. So I cannot preempt the decision of my party, but here in Cross River State, we are really dissatisfied with what is going on because in the party in the state, we have only one candidate.
And who is your candidate?
Dr. Stephen Ode, in a well-processed primary that was witnessed by INEC. And from the National Working Committee, the people who came and conducted the primaries went back to the National Working Committee and submitted the results. So we are now wondering in this state, in this country, why things like this should continue to happen in a well-processed primaries like this, where there was no issue of rigging or hijacking. Then what could have been the problem?
All right, thank you very much for joining us.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
We wish you the best. As the chairman of your party in the state, and he said the primaries were properly conducted. What were your observations and your grievances that led to this court case?
I wish you also had the clip of when he addressed the press and said the members of the National Working Committee had collected 150 million naira from members of the National Assembly to put the ESCO list in favor of the members of the National Assembly. So you see, a lot of these people are rabble-rousers, but I don't blame them because it is said that he who pays the piper detects the tone. So he is in a helpless situation. Anyway, he said that the primary election was witnessed by INEC, and this is the INEC's report.
Okay.
And there is a letter here appointing the person that signed this report. So this is the person that was assigned to monitor the elections. And when he talks about the electoral panel, this is the report of the electoral panel submitted. And these are the signatories. It was received by the office of the National Organizing Secretary,
Okay.
who is in charge of this. Look, this is the acknowledgement there. So I don't understand
So
what he's talking about.
What were your prayers in the court that gave you this victory? What were your prayers that the court gave you the victory?
Yes, on this counter affidavit, we spelled out everything that happened, attached all the results, the INEC reports, the list of delegates, and they wanted to use a delegates list in contravention of the court order, and the INEC monitor put it here on this report. We said all of that,
Okay.
and then we also counterclaimed, and we had consequential orders in my favor.
Okay.
That's how I became the candidate. And they appealed it. The claimant appealed, and I still got victory at the appellate court.
I asked Stephen Ode a similar question. You are all of the PDP and from the same area, and Stephen even told us on Friday that you are very close friends. While you were contesting for House of Reps, he was your DG campaign. But what really went wrong that for now you people are in a battlefield, as it were?
Well, first of all, I'll say it's politics, but let me go into the nitty-gritty. I did not appoint Stephen Ode my DG because he was the best politician at the time, but because I had to deploy some political intrigues here and there to get the governor's hands tight.
So he became a tool.
I discovered that the governor was not supporting me in that election, so I decided to appoint one of his allies as my DG. And before he accepted to be my DG, he had to go and speak to the governor. It took some time before he called me back and
so
said
you guys
the governor
were not friends, but just as an instrument that was
no,
useful at that
we
time?
were quite convivial, and we've been quite convivial, and we are still convivial. It's just that he's getting gaga over this issue. But he came back, but he did not join me in my campaigns. Someone else led my campaign, the present commissioner for urban, what do they call it, renewal or something, led my campaign. We went around. He did not join us in going around. He said he was busy with the governor and with his superb job. You understand? So he did not join me in going around. during my campaigns. He came once or twice.
Okay, that is quite
And
interesting.
then in his ward, I did not have one vote because the elections there were cancelled. They went and printed and got my votes cancelled. And so I lost 13,000 votes. And I told them, you would have just brought maybe 4,000. And it nearly led to my elections being declared inconclusive.
It's quite interesting moments there. But Stephen is proceeding to the Supreme Court. Are you prepared for the Supreme Court as well? And ready to take any outcome?
Well, let us, first of all, Stephen has to seek leave of the Supreme Court and all of that. He has to join. There's a procedure. He says he's a lawyer and he knows what to do. When I'm served, I will speak to the issues. For now, it's still speculative. And Stephen has accused the judiciary of compromising. I procured judgments, trying to defame people because of his desperation and all of that. When INEC took his own order, his own court judgment against mine, his judgment came last. And you know what equity states? When there are two equal equities, the first in time prevails, but they took his own. I did not say INEC was a fraud and all of that, but his name was published. I did not do that. But today, he was given a certificate of return. Nobody heard anything from me. Today, INEC has obeyed a court judgment.
So at the same time,
and the recalcitrant fellow is going gaga.
So now you are a serving House of Reps member.
I'm a serving House of Reps member.
You are climbing the ladder to the Senate.
Yes.
So do you think you will come out victorious at the Supreme Court? You are very confident?
Well, I don't think he has a case. They are the ones that say you can't put something on nothing. Stephen will express himself, but at the end of it, what will be will be. I don't subscribe to people coming up here and running people down on national TV and saying all sorts, like he was saying, I'm being sponsored by a governor from Rivers State and all of that. The governor of Rivers State has nothing to do with Cross River State. We have a governor in Cross River State. And so he should rise up to the occasion and stop
but he said there is this arrangement within that Abuja Cross River North that you are a serving reps member. So him coming to the picture was to ensure justice in the distribution of political offices in the local government or in the district.
He's talking of equity. He should come to equity with clean hands. His hands are filthy in the circumstance. Where he comes from, they have produced the Senate. They have produced Senate. They have continued to produce senators for about 16 years. Abuja is the mother local government of the 5 LGAs in the north. We've never had a senator. And he's talking of completing. What are they completing? Completing 20 years. When the other local government has not had even a year? Are we supposed to be subservient to them?
That's quite interesting. So probably now you are preparing for by-election for the House of Reps by the time you go to the Senate.
I want to make one fact very clear here. Mm-hmm. He's always talking about fraud here and there. This fraud here, INEC did this. The INEC chairman has something to explain to Nigerians. The judiciary is compromised. Procurements of all of that. He is the most fraudulent person in all of this, in the contest. This is an appeal court judgment that found him guilty of theft and fraud. Look at Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency.
Okay, I think
against Stephen Ode. And he, on his nomination form, they asked him, why were you dismissed from work? He said, in error. It wasn't in error. This is the appeal court judgment, and it has not been upturned. It's subsisting.
Quite interesting, but I think that is the much we can take, and we wish you the best as we continue in the legal battle and probably re-election for the House of Reps in your area. That is the much we can take on political update today, but always be aware that COVID-19 is very much around. Seek medical advice if you are sick. That is the much we can take. Thank you for joining us.
God bless you.